talent development, is responsible for talent development at Mandela. She's a computer science lecturer at Technical University of Kenya in Multimedia University. She's going to speak on two topics. First one being entrepreneurship in Africa, perceptions and how to leverage them on distributed work, remote work, and the second talk will be on continuous learning in technology and the need for university degrees in career progression. So let's welcome Sharon. Come on. I don't know which is better for you to see.
Good afternoon. I'm so happy to be here.
So you just start with the next slide.
So, right. So, like you were told, I was a lecturer, so I can talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. So please pause me, right?
Okay,
I try to remind myself to be right? So please pause me, right? And so I'm happy to be here. So thank you so much for having me, Sylvia, right? And to be part of the Women in Tech Group. I'm happy to be talking about things that a few years back we thought were not here, and yet they are currently here with us. Like the future is here with us, right? And so I wanted to talk about a few concepts that are currently, this is where we're looking at, right? This is where it makes sense. So we'll start with a few definitions before now we go into like describing how we can use them and how they relate to our lives, especially here in Africa, right? So there's what we call the gig economy. What that means is that currently I work for Andela, right? I want to be able to work for not just Andela, I want to be able to work for, I don't know, 5 other companies in Kenya. I want to work for Safaricom, I want to be able to do the same work for Airtel, and I want to be paid for all this work that I'm currently doing. I want to be able to do it in the comfort of my own home. So this is what the gig economy is. It means that we'll reach a point where we're no longer being employed as full-time employees. And we're not talking about being a consultant, right? We're talking about you being known as an expert in your own field, but then you're getting work from different people and different companies, and they know you as the expert in that particular field, all right? What that means is that you can work in any part of the world. We're not just talking about Kenya. We can talk about being employed, I don't know, which is your dream country, right? You can work in any part of the world. It's not a dream anymore. It's a reality that's here with us. We have internet security. We have internet. Well, internet security is not too good, but we have connectivity, which is better than a lot of countries. We are even better than the States at this moment. And so it's very possible. So you can work any part of the world. It allows you for freedom in the sense that, I don't know about you, but my parents went to work in the morning and came back every goddamn day. My dad loved to travel, but the only time he could travel was like during the holidays, during the school holidays. We have 21 leave days, and he'd spend his 21 leave days with his family traveling, you know? Such that even if one of us fell sick or something was to happen, God forbid, at home, you would not be able to travel. You truly, truly love to travel, right? My mom loved going shans. I don't know, shans is still going shans and seeing relatives. For some reason, she really loved that. She loved the farm. She loved everything to do with that. But she couldn't be able to do it because, well, you have to work, isn't it? So this gig economy, like I said, what we really need is just internet, all right? You already have the skills. You already know what you're really good at. So it means that if my mother goes to Shads, right? She can be able to work from there. She can do her work, be able to deliver on whatever she wants to do, and be able to have the freedom to do the farming or the, I don't know, the greeting of the villagers that she likes to do. And my father, when he's climbing his mountains, he can be able to climb nice mountains, come back down the mountain, and be able to continue to work and be able to live on what he wants to do, right? And so there's a lot of advantage, as you can see, right? But then we're just defining what a gig economy is. Right now, that it allows you to work from home. Economy is about working for multiple employers, doing maybe the same thing or doing something that you're an expert in, right? Remote work means that you're working, most of the time when we talk about remote work, we're talking about one employer, all right? So you're talking about the same person, you have meetings, you can be a project manager, you can be, I don't know, customer service, you can be whatever that you want, but then you're working for this one employer, you can work from home. Those are the other concepts we talk about when you talk about remote work. You can be able to work from home, you can be able to, there's what called, you can be able to, like the previous example where you can be able to travel and you can do the things that you like to do as you be able to be, as you are delivering on the work that is expected of you. If you're, say for instance, a single mom, or you are, I don't know, a student. Okay, so a lot of students are, there's a study that went, especially in Kenya, it's so obvious. In fact, we don't even need the study. Every Kenyan has a side hustle, right? We all know that, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did a study. The professor at the University of Nairobi who did the study, but he did it specifically for university students, public university students. And what they discovered was over 70% of the students who are in public university have a side hustle. Out of that 70%, only, no, 50% a side hustle is related to what they're studying, right? And so it doesn't make sense that you will leave university with skills but knowledge that are so like way apart, isn't it? So you're doing a side hustle, maybe buying clothes and selling them, but you're going to learn, I don't know, a different course in class, isn't it? That doesn't make sense. At the end of the day, when you go to look for work, like, you know, what after your degree you need to look for work, you are brought back to the bottom. What like your or your entry level doesn't make sense. And yet you've spent you were striking, so that's 5 years in public university, and then go to work entry level. That's how many years? That's not 6 years, is it? Or another 1 year entry level that amounts to 6, 7 years by the time you actually get a stable job. And by that time, you want to be able to settle, you want to be able to move on with your life. And we're talking about millennials at this point, meaning that we're very impatient. We do not want to stay in the same company, maybe even for a year sometimes is too much, 2 years, you're done. You want to move to the next one, isn't it? Yeah. So the remote work allows us to be able to have that flexibility where you can be able to be, again, to be able to work as a student, right? Do your side hustle as a remote worker in the area that you're specializing in already in school, all right? So you don't have to go and look for other things to supplement your income. You can actually have those 4 years to include 4 years of work, and you can actually show work done. So when you're going to the job market, you have 4 years in university, and you actually have 4 years. You can show that you've done 4 years of work. Are we together? Right. So we come to the next slide. You can stop me at any point. Yeah. All right. So I think this is the same thing. I'll move on to the next slide. Cool. So I gave an example of student life. I'll give my own example. So I went to university, here, and I did a work study program, right? So at university we had a work study program. Essentially, you do your degree program. In the evening, you go and do some work, either in the labs or whatever, right? And so the problem with that was, I remember I couldn't have time for friends. I didn't have time for, I don't know, socializing. People go to the movies. I didn't have that actually. I'd work every goddamn day from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. or 8:30 and be home by around 9, 9:30 every day, right? Everybody had time to do other courses. You know, they do BCom, then you have time for accounting, or you have another course that you want to do. I didn't have time for that, right? So that was university. And when I was done, when I finished school, I did like 3 internships after that. Each of those was like 6 months, 6 months. So the first internship was at Mantra, you know Mantra? The Earth Movers. The second internship I did was at BAT, and then the third internship was at the UN before I could get a real job. And my work study did not count because it was not related to what I was studying. And so a lot of times we have this concept that, or rather in my head, I knew and I could see my parents go to work every day, but like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do an 8 to 5, but I'm going to thoroughly enjoy my life. I'm going to be doing all these fancy things, and I'm going to be having cash in my pocket, you know. But then when you go to the job market, that's not the reality. You find that it's drudgery, you know. But then I kept thinking, isn't there another world where I can be able to, you know, I don't know, what else do you like to do? Shopping. Right now, I love running. I do long distance running. I do a lot of mountaineering. I do a lot of, you know, hiking. And I want to be able to incorporate all those things into my work life. But then you find you can't be able to do that, isn't it? And so when we come to technology right now, I find that these are the things that I'm able to do right now, but I couldn't be able to do them at that particular time. And a lot of people right now, isn't it? So I think this is what it's trying to show, that as a student, you had this concept of what work is, and then when you get there, you find no, it's crappy crap, right? But then with technology, what I'm trying to say is that you can actually be able to live that life that you actually want. So, next slide. Cool. This is what I was talking about, like when eventually when I got to working, have I switched it off? So so eventually when I got this job that I truly loved, which was in coding eventually, I already had started my family. I have an older son, so I was starting my new family. That means we're supporting a lot of banks and microfinance in West Africa, which means there's a time difference of about 2 hours, sometimes 3. Government is no time. So I have a new baby at home, I have a new family, I just got married, and then masters, and there's no time for anything else. So I'd work from Monday to Saturday. Saturday, my employer used to tell us, you can bring and you can bring your pet. But you know the reality is, when you bring your babies and your pets to work, there's nothing else you're doing. You're spending a day doing nothing. So you're not productive. So it was not really useful to have an extra day and employer telling you bring your babies and it's not like it's having nanny care. No, you take care of your own babies. It's your problem. So the other thing that I noticed is that I love my job. I was thoroughly good at it to work because the rest of my life was suffering. So I did not have time for my little baby. I did not have time for my home. It was being run by my nanny. My baby knew my nanny better than I did. So what happened was I quit my job. Hey. So I quit my job. I didn't see other people quit their jobs, but I was like, man, I can't go. And so I quit my job. And I can say it was one of the, at this point, when I think about it, and when I look at what technology can do for me, I tend to wonder, was it a good idea? Was it a bad idea? We're just having a conversation earlier and we're saying, okay, you know, the people we work with in school right now, they're the directors of streetwear. And I'm like, man, think those 7 years were a lot of years, you know. But then I kind of look at the other side and I'm like, I'm so happy I spent time at home because I got to know my family better. I got to understand my children better. I got to spend, I mean, people, when I look at my friends, I tell them, oh, you know, today I spent the day swimming, or we went to the zoo with the kids on a random Tuesday, you know, but then they were doing the drudgery of work, you know. I appreciate the fact that I had that time and had that luxury. I could travel if I wanted. My husband at that time was working somewhere abroad, so we'd go, we'd visit. We have time, we can spend a month if we want, you know. So it was a luxury, that's what I can say. Because at the same time as you are enjoying your children, there is that thing that in your mind, I don't know how to put it, but your mind is not thinking, your mind is no longer active. Your parents took you to school. I even have a master's. I even did those courses which I didn't even have time to do. You know those, I don't know, networking, database courses. Oh, those, I did all of them now. You know, thinking that if I do them, they'll help me to go back to the job market. But then now your brain is just poof with babies and poof. This is the time when I say shit, it's actually shit. Like it's good to say shit at this point, you know, because it was terrible. It was good, and at the same time, it's not fulfilling like all round. Right? And so when I think back about that time, and then I look at right now what is actually possible, I feel bad because a lot of people still go through what I was going through. That doesn't make sense at this point. If I knew that I could actually go to the internet and actually get work and actually start doing online work and be able to work with companies, even if companies are not here, I think I'd be different at this point. I don't think I'd have done, or I don't know how to put it, but I think I'd still be at that level where I'm still able to do the things that I want and still be able to put my mind to use. I don't know whether that makes sense at this point. It does? Yeah, you have a question?
Yes. All right, my name is Joseph. I really listened to what you had to say. And like maybe you would elaborate on whether the decision you took to quit your employment, to quit the place of your employment, quit your job, was it really based on trying to spend more time with your family, or did you see that probably in the long run, being a lady, you won't be considered for that promotion you are angling for, considering, I might say that it's a man's world, and in the words of Abraham Lincoln, if you want to test a person's character, give them power, whether it's power or a position or influence, you'll see their true self manifest. So is it that, were you intimidated by sticking to that course and going on a different lane where you felt you could handle it better? But I'm just speculating, maybe you could give us the real deal. Okay.
Wow. I've never had that question before. Never ever. And it's interesting you asked me that because at the time, by the time I was quitting, it was not because I was intimidated by promotion. Like you said, a woman's world is very different. I'd already been passed over for so many emotions because they were like, you're not going to take, I don't know, childbearing women. We want, you know, men. Explicitly, you know, I've earned the right, I'm running the things, I'm running the show, but then you're told we cannot give you this project because, well, you know, when you're going to get pregnant soon, we'll have to pay for your maternity and your insurance, and at that time, we'll need to employ somebody else to do your work. So really, I don't believe I was intimidated by that, because I loved what I did. I still do. I loved it. I was happy But the problem was, I also felt, and my husband is not the, like, okay, it's your job to take care of the kids, it's your job to do everything. No. But at the same time, I also felt that area of my life was not working. So I'd wake up in the morning and leave my baby asleep. I'd come back in the evening after evening classes around 8:30 and 9, isn't it? I'd get home 9:30, 10 and find my baby asleep. And then I'll do this Monday to Friday. And on Saturday, I have to go to work. Work is until about 2 p.m., 3 p.m. That's a lie because we're in West Africa, so that's 5 p.m., right? For our time, so that is 3 p.m. or 2 p.m. on their time. So that means I've spent the whole of Saturday at work, right? And then by the time I go home, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. It's all I want to do is just black out on my bed. So the only day that I had to spend time with my family, and not just my immediate family, but even my extended family, including my friends, including my parents, my cousins, and those were important to me. I didn't even have time for myself. You want to do your hair, I didn't even want to go to the salon, I didn't have time for that. And I felt that was a problem. I was not balancing enough. Or my life was not balanced. It was one thing that was too much, that was being taken away, and I didn't have time for the rest. Yeah.
Perhaps I can even help you with that question. I know I made a personal decision to pass on promotions, not because I wasn't qualified, but because I wanted to remain married and I wanted to be a mother. It's a sacrifice. Unfortunately, when you're married, it's not one the husband will make, you will have to make. There are men who do that, but it's mostly the women. So yes, it's a sacrifice that we have to make, and for me, I had to wait until my child was old enough to tell me, "Mommy, I can do homework." Then I could go and do my master's. But even then, it's like I still have to fight for my independence to do that. So it's not that we're intimidated, but it's just that as women, I don't want to I don't want to be the CEO and I'm divorced. I want to be married, and whether we like it or not, at the end of the day, there are 24 hours. I close shop at the same time. I get off work at the same time as my husband. We work in the same place, but when we get home, guess who's going in the kitchen? Me, not him. Maybe sitting and waiting for the food to be served. So sometimes you have to make those personal decisions. But I do agree with you that as we sacrifice, if we are not careful, we can also get to that place where I believe even in the marriage situation, you literally have to fight your way still out of that, not just even at home, but in the corporate sense. So and I think that's why as women, it's a tough fight. I know many women who are graduates. I'm thinking of this particular one, and her husband was working, he has a good job, and she's being provided for. But if you look at her today, she's basically been reduced to a house girl. She just has babies. She cannot have get someone to take care of the babies because the husband believes that she should be taking care of the children. She shouldn't have household. So as women, we have to fight either way. If we're not fighting in the office, we're fighting at home. Not fighting badly, but it's just twice as difficult for us to be able to do that. So for me, when I needed to go do my master's, I tried telling my husband that the education in my head is finished. I need to get more educated. It was not catching that right. So guess what I did? I went and I did my master's, and like you, as I was working and doing my master's, they were more worried about if the food was ready or if the trouser had the right, how many lines on the trousers, And at some point, I finally got tired of my child and my husband, and I knew I would clean up by September, so December. So I traveled out of the country and left them to sort the house for themselves because nobody was helping me. But when I came back, they had learned how to cook, and they had learned how to, and that was the last time I ironed those damn trousers. So I'm just saying, as women, we have to suffer just as much.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. My name is Rufina.
Thanks for that commentary. It's very, very true. I'd like to comment on that area of it's a man's world because it's a burning issue all over the world. It's a man's world, but when it's a man's world, it doesn't work as well as the way it would work if it was a men and women's world. And you can see the evidence everywhere. Why is it that the Microsofts, the Googles, the what, all these huge organizations are talking about diversity, gender, bringing women to the workplace, bringing women to the boardrooms, bringing women to management and senior leadership? There's a reason for that. It's because men have their own inborn strengths, and women also have theirs. And a lot of research has been done, and it has revealed that organizations that have consistently performed well all over the world have that balance. Yeah? And if we even look at areas like innovation, creativity, teams that are blended perform better than teams that have men only or women only. So if you're running an enterprise and you want to make profit, it's in your interest to have both genders on board. Yeah? So it's a man's world, doesn't work anymore if you're looking to make it into the future. For those of us who have young companies, startups and all, yes, you know it, we are women in tech, but also don't forget to have some men in your teams. You can't do well if you're just one gender on the team.
Oh wow, I think Rufina has said it all. Just really concluded it very well. But also just to get something else across, this is not a battle for me and my family. It was my battle. So it was not my husband or my children did perform in a certain way. It was me and the way I was thinking through things. I had people, like I had a nanny, I had a nice, like when I was working, my husband is always to take care of the baby at home. He was a consultant at the time, so he'd stay home until about noon with the baby, make sure everything is sorted out and cleaned down and everything, and then I could go to work, and then we'd come home around the same time. Right? So it was my battle. It was me who was having a problem. Right? And so I wanted to fix that. I wanted to fix those things in my life I was finding that were not working for me the way I wanted it to be for me, right? And then the other aspects also, like I said earlier, I love to travel. I love to do hiking and bootsing and all manner of things. They were not happening, and that was a big void and gap in my life. So ultimately, it was my fight.
Yes.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Yes. I think we've already talked about this. This is when, essentially, this was to talk about people who are more seasoned in their careers, where you find that someone else was talking earlier. She said, how many people have been in careers that they don't like? You know, I know my auntie was a banker for how many years? I mean, KCB, you go and ask for the same lady, you just tell you where she lives, this is her number, she has X number of children, she's been in that bank for years, you know, and she hated it, you know. But she did it because she had a mortgage, she had a loan here, her kids needed to go to nice schools, you know, all that. But ultimately, what we're also saying is, even if you're seasoned in your career, there are options for you to actually start doing things that you actually like, because options called technology. technology, right? So going back to the options of remote work and the gig economy, it means that even if you're already an expert in a particular field, right? If you go online, there are platforms. I have put a bunch of resources after this. There are a bunch of websites that you can actually do work, or they allow you to do work where you get even paid the same and sometimes even more than what you're earning in your current salary. And you can be able to use your skills online. Remember the Kenya shilling is not as strong as the US dollar or the Japanese yen. So meaning you'll be working even less hours and earning probably even more. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. And then that allows you to do other things that you want to do. You want to start that chicken business, this is the time. start your chicken business, but you can actually be able to fund that lifestyle that you want. So it doesn't really matter what area of life that you're in, as long as you're able to take advantage of the resources that are there online, then you can be able to do some of these things. So I didn't prepare my presentation for tech people per se. My assumption was that it was for STEM, meaning that you can be, I don't know, in any other career, but still be able to get work online, use technology to actually be able to do stuff and live the life that you love. I think that's it, isn't it? Yeah, so there's a bunch of resources she can share probably after this. So, okay. Cool. No point for there. Yeah. Are there any more questions?
Maybe you can do one and then we'll go to your second presentation. Just one question to wrap up this particular topic. No? Okay.
Okay, quick one. Have you used any of these online platforms to earn money? And which one pays better?
Okay, the thing about freelancing or just
In analytics, data science, data analytics.
okay, so Profinder is really good.
Okay. Yeah, the LinkedIn. Okay.
Just to comment on that, there's Upwork.
Yeah.
There's Upwork. They are very thorough and really cut out on what or who they allow on the platform.
Yeah. So, well, what I would say is that, okay, like I put Gatana there, although we don't have options for remote work unless you're a developer, right? For Profinder, it's for any profession. Doesn't matter what profession you are in. And Upwork is the same way. The thing about Upwork, you can be able to be, you can be in different levels. You can be really junior, you can be mid-level, and you can be senior, more technical work, and still be able to get work. And so the gurus, they're good, but I'd say the top 3 are for the best. Yeah, but at least they're the ones I've used so far.
The Profinder is different from just the regular LinkedIn?
Yeah, so Profinder is more for freelancers. It's not, okay, LinkedIn is meant to be for people who are more like employed and it's not really for contractors and that sort of thing.
Okay. So thank you very much. That session. So we'll just take like a 2-minute break.